The sun's up, the day's away and running with you, and it's the sort of time where you think, oh, gosh, it'd be nice to do some big walks. And if you wanted to get a bit fit, this might be something you could aim to do by March next year. Jo Cordell-Cooper is a personal trainer, and she's created this bushwalk to battle stroke. But the story about how it came about is quite fascinating, really. Hi, Jo.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very, very well, thank you. Your dad died from stroke 10 years ago.
Yes, he did, but not immediately. He actually had his first stroke about 16 years ago, and he was pretty badly inflicted by that. But after about 6 weeks of rehab, he was able to go home. He'd lost his licence and probably his happiness. And he had some trouble walking, but over about 2 years, we sort of got him pretty much back to where he was. A lot of hard work with physio and with the family and my mother in particular. And at that point, he actually had a second stroke, and that was a devastating stroke. So he was hospitalised at that point, and he never really. He had a lot of trouble speaking. After that, he never walked again. He had trouble with simple pleasures such as eating. And he lived the rest of his life in a nursing home. And that was for about another 4 years. So you can imagine the stress and strain on our family at that time. And we had no idea that that would continue for 4 years. But it did. And then 10 years ago, he passed away.
And stroke is so prevalent, isn't it? So there'll be heaps of people listening to this going, yep, yes, that's very familiar. The first one, then the big one, then the... because it affects, 56,000 people a year in Australia, 1,500 in Tasmania. It's pretty widespread. How did you as a family pull together through that and after that?
Probably one day at a time.
Yeah.
Really, one day at a time. That's all you can do, because you never know when the next stroke is coming. And you just live in that moment, and yeah, that's how you do it.
10 years on, you're inviting people today to sign up for this bushwalk on the Three Capes track, and we'll go into the details of that a little bit later. But why now?
I don't know. Like I just had one of those nights where you sort of think, if I had a whole bunch of money, what would I do with that money? And once you get past the things of holidays and paying off your house.
Yeah, be honest. What comes first? Your mortgage, holiday.
Yeah,
and
you got it.
Hang on a second. What would I really do?
Yeah, what would I really do? Yeah. And I had some experience with doing fundraising walks on the mainland, and really enjoyed that experience and saw a lot of money being raised. And I thought, what a beautiful concept to bring to Tasmania. There was nothing quite like it. There's lots of short sort of walks, but I thought our wilderness is just begging for an event like this. So I thought that's what I'd do, and with my big pot of money, I'd spend it on marketing and things like that. And we didn't get a big pot of money, but the genie was out of the bottle. So we were sort of having that idea, and for a little while we just sat on it. And then a few friends of mine said, let's do this. One of my friends had also lost her father to stroke. Another one had a lot of experience with setting up not-for-profits. So it was kind of like, we can do this. And, so we're doing it. March.
And what do you do? It's in March. Do you then go to the Stroke Foundation and go, do we want to do this? Is this helpful and useful? Or are you just doing it all yourselves?
Yeah, we did contact them, and they said, do you have any idea how much work this would be? And my response was, yeah, I think I do, but we don't actually know how to do this or how to start it. So we just had a conversation with each other and with Parks and Wildlife and Stroke Foundation, and they were very upfront and said they didn't have anyone who would help us really through the process. They're a very low profile charity. They don't have a lot of resources, and that just fueled me, just the need that there wasn't even someone who could help us. Just with meetings with this core group of friends, we put it together. And parks were wonderful. We thought that would be a bit of a barrier to running something, but they were just like, yeah, sure, you can run that, but we need some, you need to tick a few boxes. So we just started creating boxes to tick.
Jo Cordell-Cooper, is either in for a whole lot of pain or knows exactly what she's doing. I can't tell. We'll find out, won't we? Creating a walk that's a fundraiser for stroke research and supporting people through strokes. It's called the Tasmanian Iconic Walk. It's 5:45, by the way. And how does this work? Because it's a massive kind of journey in a way in and of itself, because you're not trying to get 15,000 people on this walk.
No, we thought what we really need to do is create the walk and get a small number of people to successfully complete it and go from there. So, as I said, we don't have any funding, so we had to keep it small anyway. And parks were wanting us to keep it small too, because it's a national park. It's not exactly the Three Capes Walk; it's Tasman Arch to Fortescue. So it's actually from the northern part of the park down to Fortescue, which is where Three Capes ends. So if you've done Three Capes, come and do this, and then you've done the whole park. But this is kind of the little.
It's a nice angle
walk
to put on it, isn't
I know.
it? You've done Three Capes before. What's it like?
I have. I did it last month with my mum. She's 80.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's 80.
She's 80.
Is she like a superwoman, or is the track pretty easy?
Oh, she's a superwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have her genes.
Yeah. I'm just trying to project you forward and going, no, you'll still be going hard.
Hope so.
Yeah. Some families have it, eh?
I know.
They just get fitter and
lucky.
more spry. Amazing.
Yeah.
So Three Capes, is it good? It's beautiful?
It is beautiful. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The accommodation is like, wow. It blows you away. And, I've got to say to Parks, they've done a great job managing our resource there. And those toilets, can we have those on the overland track?
All right, we'll campaign for that also.
Yeah.
To get them up for you. So you want to get teams of how many people doing what to do this walk?
We want 25 teams of 4. This is the approach I've used before. It's team building. You've got to go. You've got to be tolerant of the slowest person. You've got to encourage each other. If someone gets a blister, you need to stop and wait. It's a beautiful way to spend a day. I love bushwalking. I'm always out with my friends and my family if I can drag them out one more time. I just think it's a beautiful, enriching thing to do.
And how long is the walk itself?
It's 17 kilometres. It takes around 7 hours, and people say you can run that in a couple of hours. Well, we don't want to run it. We want to walk it. It's not a race. It's a beautiful experience, and it's something that you need to train for. So I'm thinking, New Year's resolution, come on this walk, let's do this. We've got some training resources to get out to people if they're not in a fitness frame of mind. We've got just some basic steps to getting fitter for this event, so you really thrive on the day.
And that means you'll be hitting, peak fitness in March to get through the season. You start your walk straight after Christmas.
Yeah,
walk
exactly.
Off the turkey and the pudding.
Yeah, I'm encouraging people to start walking now. Yes. Just get the habit.
Because you're a personal trainer. You
can't
help
I know.
Yourself.
I know.
So if people want to sign up for this or find out more about it, where can we go, Jo?
We have a website. We've had our website donated. It's Tasmanian Iconic Walks.org. And just follow the links from there.
And then as well as putting your team together, that team then needs to fundraise, do they?
Yeah, that's where the money comes in for the Stroke Foundation. So we're asking each team to fundraise $250 per person or $1,000 per team. And if we get all our teams out there, that'll be $25,000 for Stroke Foundation.
And ultimately, a lot of these events cost about that much to do anyway normally. Does it cost to register for the event?
Yes, it's $75.
Okay, well, that's quite cheap. So, if you do the Sydney City to Surf rego for that, so nearly $200. So you could just donate the money as the team and not bother with the fundraising, because that's often awkward.
Yeah, we're aware of what other events cost.
Yeah.
But we're also aware that our event costs us money as an organisation.
Yeah.
So we're actually crowdfunding at the moment for Tasmanian Iconic Walks to raise money so we have enough money to cover our insurance and marketing.
So you can help this event happen by supporting that crowdfunding campaign now. You can get online now and give them a bit of cash to cover those costs, or get a team together and fundraise that money from your community, or just pay it, or get your company to pay it, get your boss to pay it.
Absolutely. Even better.
Way.
Yeah.
Look it up online, Tasmanian Iconic Walks. and you can help make a difference for stroke in the community. What an amazing set of relationships you're building, Jo.
Yeah, we're really excited about the approach, and we've been down to the peninsula and working with a few businesses down there. I'd like to mention that one of the ways that we return from the walk, because it's not a circuit, we have some minibuses organised, but we also have a Pentecost cruise coming back. So for 10 teams, they can pay a little bit extra, $65 extra, and they can get a Pentecost wilderness journey back to the start of the event. So
right, so it's just a one-way, and then you're out.
It's one way,
cool.
then you're out.
That's really nice. That's an unusual experience. All right, there you go. Jo Cordell-Cooper. Look it up online, Tasmanian Iconic